Hi there, this is and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Lenovo Vibe X3 which is the flagship Android phone by Lenovo. And this is the box itself, and I was actually watching the Lenovo's presentation, and they said that the three things that they were targeting with this smartphone and they're trying to do different is they have put a lot of stress on audio. And in fact, they say that this phone has the best audio playback in the world. Most of the smartphones actually use Wolfenstein DAC. That is also there, but there is also one more dedicated actually headphone DAC, which is actually ESS Saber, and adding to that 3 separate amplifiers for unparalleled audio. That's what they say. And regarding the pricing, again, that is also interesting. Here the price quoted on the box is 24,999, but this product is available in India for just 20,000 via Amazon. I'll have the link of Amazon, and I'm happy to say that the pricing is really aggressive, because even in China this unit sells for around 25,000, and in some parts of Europe it is close to around 30,000. So the pricing is actually very aggressive in India. And some of you always ask me about SAR rating, and the SAR rating is 0.255 for head, and for body is 0.767. And again, here it gives us some basic specs. So let's just quickly open this app, and here we have the device itself. It's in white color, and again, as I told you, they are really concentrating on that audio, that is HD audio. And again, it accepts 2 SIM cards. It's a dual SIM phone, but again it's a hybrid, as you can see. And they also say that these front firing speakers are actually really powerful. Again, you'll see a lot of things about audio. And we have this plastic bumper case pre-applied to this one. So let me just take this out, and it also has NFC over here. So let me keep the handset to the side. And moving further down, if you notice, we have again a screen guard, but I believe this has Gorilla Glass 3, but they have supplied a screen guard. Let's look at the power brick, and it's a 5.22 amps, so I doubt it'll have fast charging, but I'll check that. So the output is 5.2 volts. SIM ejector tool and standard stuff looks like that. Booklets. What is this? This is just a USB to micro USB cable, and looks like standard earphones. These are just standard earphones with Lenovo branded, with the button and a mic over here. So I would suggest that use third-party headphones for high fidelity sounds, because these built-in headphones generally don't do that great job. So let me keep these things to the side. So here we have the handset itself. Let me just peel this off, and the chassis is actually metallic. Let's just remove this also, protective layer. And it sports a 5.5-inch screen, which is a 1080p screen. But again, Lenovo is also talking a lot about the screen quality. It also has a fingerprint scanner and a 21 megapixel rear facing camera with dual tone LED flash. And also, as you can see, it says Dolby Atmos over here. So the build quality, initial impressions feels really nice. It's metallic with that chamfered edges, so it looks cool. Let me just try to power this on for the first time. And the battery is again sealed inside. It's a 3500 milliamp hour. So let me give you a physical overview. On the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. Looks like the IR blaster. On this end we have the volume rocker and power on off button, again metallic. On the bottom we have the micro USB port that will be used for charging, and on this end your slot for adding your nano SIMs. Moving towards the back, the fingerprint scanner, as I mentioned, dual tone flash, and the rear facing camera with secondary noise cancellation microphone. And I must have hit the wrong buttons. So I'll just quickly set this up. In the meantime, I'll give you a specs overview. This Lenovo Vibe X3 is powered by the Snapdragon 808 chipset, which is a 6-core processor. Regarding the GPU, it is powered by the Adreno 418 GPU. It has 32 gigabytes of internal storage. It also has a micro SD card slot, 3 gigabytes of RAM. Moving to the screen, it sports a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS grade screen with 100% NTC gamut. It also has Gorilla Glass 3 protection, front-firing dual speakers with Dolby Atmos and Hi-Fi audio. Moving to the camera, it sports a 21 megapixel rear facing camera, a 8 megapixel front facing camera, and a 3500 milliamp hour battery. And I have set it up, so let's hit the start button, and it runs on this Vibe UI, and Lenovo has said that they have really made sure that it's not very bloaty. So this is what we get. Again, it is having a black background, and I have to say, though it's having just a 1080p screen, the screen quality looks amazing. The blacks really look black. And Lenovo also says that it has a contrast ratio of 1500:1, which is again the highest in the industry. So the picture should look really natural. So looks like close to stock Android, but again it's Vibe UI. And we have this app tray. You can customize that, obviously. Let's look at the Android version that comes out of the box. And if we go to about the device, and if we go to device info, as you can see, it's running on the Android version 5.1.1. So not Marshmallow, but Android version 5.1, which is Android Lollipop out of the box. So let's go back. And again, these back buttons are not actually, they're not lighting up. That's what I have noticed. Let's look at the storage. We get 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and out of that we get about 2.8 gigabytes. So just roughly about 22.5 gigabytes of space free, but we can add the micro SD cards up to 128 gigabytes. So let's just go back, and it also has a fingerprint. So I'll just quickly just set that up, and we'll have to add a pin. So I'll just add that, and it gives a haptic feedback whenever you tap. So should be done. Yeah, it's registered, it says. So fingerprint is activated, it says. So let's try that. Let me tap that, and as you can see, it unlocked immediately. So again, the fingerprint scanner, as expected, is good. Even on the Lenovo Vibe, what is that, K4 Note, the fingerprint scanner worked well, I have to say. Let's also fire up the browser. Where is the Google Chrome browser? So this is the Google Chrome browser that we have, and it's running on the Snapdragon 808 with 3 gigabytes of RAM. So the performance should be good. This is what the Moto X style also had, if I recall. Yeah. And loaded it quickly. Let's fire up the, what do you say, full desktop version. Let me adjust the brightness a little bit. It's on auto, but let me just lower it. Oops. Still a very high brightness. Let's keep it back on auto. One thing I have to say is the screen quality. The screen quality looks to be really good on this one. So initial impressions looks like, and we also have the Peel Smart Remote because it also has IR Blaster. So using this, we can actually control devices like television, etc. And again, I have to say, Lenovo was really stressing regarding the audio quality. They say that if you pair it with the good quality headphones, the sound output should be really good. It is what we get in high-end audiophile equipment. So I'm going to definitely test it with a bunch of headphones that I have later on. I listen to a lot of music, so I will definitely try to test it out with the headphones. Now let's quickly also look at the camera. The rear facing camera is a 21 megapixel shooter, which is having a Sony sensor, and the front facing camera is supposed to be a 8 megapixel shooter. So let's look at the camera performance also. Let's just fire up the camera, and again it has that snap cut. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit, and again it says we have that smart mode enabled. Lenovo says that it has the software that was found on the Lenovo Vibe Shot. So as you can see, we have the Pro mode also, and we do have a lot of modes like fast motion, slow motion, and stuff. I'll again talk about all those things when I do my camera review. But here, let's quickly just have a look at the camera. Let's take a few snaps, and the shutter speed is fast. So let's look at some of these pictures that we took right now. Let's just go back. Oops. Okay, here are the pictures. Yeah. So looks okay. Let's look at let me take one more pic. Let me bring this object here. Let me just focus it properly like this. Okay, the shutter speed was fine. Pictures look to be decent quality, but again, I'll definitely test out the camera, because generally Lenovo cameras were just okay. Let's see what they have done with this one, because they say this is their flagship device. And again, if you notice closely over here, we also have a physical LED notification light. I got an email, that's why it's glowing in white color. And before we end, I have to say the in-hand feel is also very good. It has that curved design, so though it's a big device sporting a 5.5-inch screen, it is comfortable to hold, in my opinion. So that's it for now for this unboxing of this Lenovo Vibe X3. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. Thanks for watching. To see you in my next video.